What's up, fellow collectors and Dragon Ball extraordinaires? The Comic Coalition here for another quick video for you guys today, doing a review of the Android 17 Figurized Standard Model Kit by Bandai. Now, if you watch my channel, you already know just the other day I bought my first model kit, which was Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I was very pleased with the product. And I told you guys I'm going to go right out there and buy another one. Now, I had a choice. It was a very hard decision between a few different ones. But ultimately, as you can see, I settled with the Android 17 model kit. Android 17 is definitely my favorite Android. And I was really interested in the figure of him, seeing as I've never had an Android 17 figure. Not even back in the day when I used to have, the old school Dragon Ball Z figures. I never got a chance to have an Android 17. Therefore, this was the one that I really wanted the most. Android 17 is a slept on character when it comes to Dragon Ball. And if you've watched a recent episode of Dragon Ball Super, you know that episode made this guy even greater in the history of Dragon Ball overall. Also, one of the most slept on fights in Dragon Ball Z history, I felt like, was Piccolo versus Android 17. Once Piccolo fuses with Kami, comes down super strong, he's like Super Piccolo, fights Android 17. That's one of the best fights in Dragon Ball Z, but no one ever talks about it. So therefore, I wanted to get this figure, see what it was like. I thought he looked interesting, and just from the pictures of the figure, looks like it's going to be a great figure, which I already expect. After building the Super Saiyan God Vegeta, I expect nothing but great stuff from this line. So just want to give you guys a brief rundown. I'm going to go ahead, put this guy together, show you the articulation, and talk about him a little bit more. As you can see, just like with all the model kits, it comes with pieces that you have to put together, of course. That's what makes it a model. Now, when you look at these little things, never in a million years would you think the end product comes out looking like it actually does. Now, this one, unlike the Super Saiyan God Vegeta one, this one definitely has more stickers. So that will be interesting. But yeah, just looking at all these pieces, it's hard to believe that the finished product comes out with a figure that basically looks as good as an SH Figure Arts figure. It's crazy. I guess this will be like some of the blast effects. You get different hands and face sculpts to put together as well. They leave nothing out. And this one even comes with a big power-up effect or something, which is really cool. Alright, so just a quick little update on the figure. It turns out the faces already come with eyes. You don't have to use stickers for the eyes, but you do have stickers if you want to give them different, I guess, eye expressions at that. If you want him looking out the corner of his eye or different things like that. But the face sculpts already come with, painted eyes. I just wanted to give that an update, and just in case something like that could be a make or break for someone. So don't worry, you don't have to use stickers for the eyes, but they do have stickers just in case, you want to do something else with the eyes other than this or this. But these are the two different face sculpts. You have the screaming face, of course, and then you have the more nonchalant face. Now, with the Vegeta, I was going to go with the nonchalant face, but wound up going with the screaming face. This one, I'm definitely actually going to stay with the nonchalant face. Now, here's a quick glimpse at the finished product. This is actually, this is a quick glimpse at the finished product before applying any stickers. So without any stickers, it is still looking very nicely. I like the fact that they even incorporated a little pistol right there. But yeah, this is the finished product without applying stickers. So even if you didn't want to apply stickers, you're not a sticker person, it's still already looking pretty good. But you definitely want to add the stickers. Well, and as far as I'm concerned, you would definitely want to add the stickers, to finish the little details on the belt and stuff right there. And of course, if you're one of those customizers and do-it-yourselfers, there's a lot more that you can do, with paint apps and stuff, but that's not the type of person I am. But right now, it's looking really dope. Honestly, got so caught up in building it that I forgot to show you some of the process. It actually comes with this special Android parts, which is just basically, the bomb that the androids have in their chest. But once you actually build the model, there's no use for it. I guess it's just there just for, you know, us Dragon Ball Z fans to know it's there, but it's not like you can do anything with it or even see it. So it doesn't really matter. You would have to take the figure completely apart almost just to have access to it. But it's just a cool little addition, so you know it's there. If that makes you feel any better about the figure, then yeah, I mean, I could care less, but like I said, as a DBZ fan, I guess it's just a dope little addition, like when building it and stuff, just to know it's there. One thing about building this model kit is like, you're building the android for real. This isn't a human being, this is an android, so basically I guess we just put together our first android. Here's a quick little height comparison to, you know, how he scales up, I guess, with the Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Although with Super Saiyan God's Vegeta's hair, he's a little taller than the android. The android's actually a little bit taller than the Vegeta, which is one thing I was worried about because, you know, Vegeta's pretty short. Not saying this android's that tall, but yeah, plus I want to go ahead and point out that the android's kind of leaning, but he is just slightly taller than Vegeta. But as far as muscle tone goes, you know, Vegeta definitely takes the cake on that. But I'm going to apply the stickers, then give you more thoughts about the figure. Also, before I do that, here goes this little effect right here. I haven't even popped it out, you know, the model kit yet, but it's definitely a nice little addition. Most of these model kits, from what I've seen, come with blast effects, power up effects, and different things like that, so that's always a nice addition. Now, I don't know if I've told you, but the figure retailed at $29.99. I'm pretty sure you could find it some places maybe $5 cheaper, but $29.99 is definitely a great price, especially if you're considering the price of how much the SH Figure Arts figure is going for right now. Now, if you didn't watch my review on the Vegeta, go ahead and put this out there as well. If you're buying these figures to scale with your SH Figure Arts figures, that is not the way to go, simply because, I mean, if you can hit the right angles and you got the right spacing between the figures, if you're taking toy photography, then it still will look good, I guess, but these figures are definitely larger than the SH Figure Arts figures. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get this little blast effect right here, which, like I said, is definitely a dope addition for Dragon Ball Z figures because they're always doing special little blasts. And it also has a blast stand, so, you know, when you're displaying your figure, it's a clear blast stand, and you could have him doing a blast or whatnot. So that's one of the accessories. And it also comes with this other accessory right here, which has a stand of its own. You know, it's one of the moves that Android 17 does. If you watch the anime, then you would know. It looks something like that right there. So it's definitely a little dope addition. They didn't have to add it on there. So it's definitely nice little addition to the figure for sure. Also, it comes with an additional belt right here, which I did not even apply the stickers to, but it's just an actual belt that you could put on the figure that comes with this little part on the back, which helps you as far as like when you're trying to display the figure. If you have like one of the stands, it will attach to the stand, so, you know, you could have your figure in a certain pose and it will, you know, be, you know, more durable or whatnot. You get two fisted hands, which I already have on the figure. You get two blast hands here, or open palm hands, whatever you would like to call them. And you also get this special little hand right here, which is for when he's holding his pistol, if you choose to display him with his pistol, that is. There you go, right there. And yes, he actually does come with a pistol. If you watch the anime, you might remember that scene. Now, here's the figure with the added on stickers. I mean, it definitely makes it look a little better than what it looked like before. You gotta, you know, you put the brown and the gold belt buckle right there. This belt, however, you just have the silver sticker right there, which I kind of have a little bit of issues with, the sizing of the sticker. But all in all, it's not too much to complain about. There you go, right there. You see his holster for his pistol. Yes, the pistol code comes out and it snaps in and out right there. Now his head has a ball swivel that goes from his head to his neck, so you get a little bit of mobility there. There's also a hinge in his neck, so you can look up about that far and look down about that far. But just like his sister, this figure has, you know, long hair, which I guess would limit a little bit of the mobility for the figure as far as, you know, the neck and the head goes, especially seeing as he has this bandana around his neck. But yeah, so that may limit the you know, the movement and articulation of his head just a little bit, but you know, it's not too bad. Now these figures all come with butterfly swivels on their arms, which is one of my favorite additions. But like I've said in my last review, if you got his arm all the way out here doing a certain punch or something like that, it may look weird from the back. So, you know, you're going to want to get the right angle with the figure. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a couple of questions when reviewing the last figure. The figure looks perfect from the back normally. Only when you use the butterfly swivel and you want to get his arm all the way across will you see, you know, that problem going on there in the back. Now the legs move. Not as much as other figures, maybe, but the leg moves about that far back. You got the ankle movement here. So it's definitely a well articulated figure. As far as putting this guy together goes, I would say he was slightly more complicated than the Vegeta just because he has a little bit more parts and there's more stickers, which not a lot of stickers, but there wasn't really any stickers with the Vegeta. I would say kids of not any age, but it's, you know, you don't have to be an adult to build this at all. When we put these together, we don't use any tools whatsoever. I saw some people using tools. They're really not needed at all. You could just use your hands to put these all together. It's a pre-painted model, so you don't have to do any paint apps, as I've already told you guys. But if you want to make it look a little more detailed, there's nothing wrong with that. The articulation on the arms, it's pretty good. The arms and the legs pop right off if you need to. So I guess that will help a little bit for some of you guys. So in case you're wondering, it did look a little weird while I was reviewing it right there. I actually had one of the legs on backwards. Yeah, that's a beginner's mistake. But I didn't want you to think that one of those legs looked all funky like that. It was just on backwards. So it only took me about 15 seconds to put it back on the right way. But this is him with his little pistol. Not a lot of detail on the pistol, but a little more detail than maybe a Marvel Legends pistol would go. Like I said, in the video before, one of the main reasons why I like this line is it just feels more anime-like. I don't really know how to explain it, but it just feels more anime-like than the SH Figure Arts figures. But I mean, all in all, I would recommend a SH Figure Arts figure over these. But the price range for these are only like 30 bucks. You know, you can easily get one for maybe 25 online. You just can't go wrong with them. But I'm going to be buying a lot more of these and reviewing these a lot, and I don't want to keep comparing it to SH Figure Arts because this is its own line of figure. It has nothing to do with SH Figure Arts. Therefore, I don't think it deserves to be compared with it 24/7, but I know that's what a lot of people are wanting to know. I mean, if you go watch any of the other reviews on these type of figures, you're going to constantly hear SH Figure Arts, SH Figure Arts. And I don't want to always have to touch on that, but I know that's what a lot of you want to know. So like I've already stated 100 times, it doesn't scale up with a SH Figure Arts figure. I think this figure weighed at about 6¼ inches, where SH Figure Arts are usually, you know, definitely smaller than that. Although there are some figures in this line that will scale well with SH Figure Arts, this is not one of them. But all I can say is I'm pleased with the articulation, pleased with the sculpt. I could add a little more paint and a little more detail, but all in all, this is what you get, and definitely a nice product for $29.99. It was an easy build, a pretty quick build, without any extra paint applications. I believe it took about 30 to 45 minutes, so that's not long at all, and that's with a couple of little breaks in between. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want any recommendations on how to build these figures or where to get them from, just let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I will be getting a lot more of these model kits and be putting out a lot more reviews in the days and weeks soon to come. But like I said, I highly recommend these for all you Dragon Ball Z fans. If you simply can't afford some of the SH figure arts and you need some for your display, these are definitely good, and you just really can't go wrong with these at all. But like I said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, you have a good day, YouTube.